G'day and welcome to another video from Chronicle Chamber. Today we are looking at these three thick omnibuses hardcover books. These are from Mythos in Brazil. So we have our first one, which is this one, which is the Lee Falk and Ray Moore collection. Then we have this one, which is a Lee Falk and Cy Barry collection. And then we have this one, which is titled The Greatest Adventures do Fantasma, which is basically a collection of Fratelli Spada adventures, again in black and white. So, the price, which is what everyone wants to know. For this one, the Spada collection, recommended retail is about 120 Brazil, which is about 35 Australian, 25 US. On sale on their website at the time of recording, it was 85 Brazil, which is 25 Australian and 18 US. With these two, which is the Lee Falk and Ray Moore collections, they're basically the same thickness. They are recommended retail 250 Brazilian, which is basically 75 Australian and 50 US. The sale price, again, as you can buy them right now on their website, is 170 Brazil, which is about $50 Australian each and 35 US. Now, there is a third volume that is due to come out, which is now in pre-order. That's 150 Brazilian, which is basically half price of per normal, which is 45 Australian and 30 US. 30 US. Now, I'm reviewing these, and these have been out since 2022. I would love to have someone from Brazil who will be able to review these for the Chronicle Chamber platform. If you can do that, please get in touch with us. Now, postage is very, very hard to organise and expensive. Mythos website does not post to Australia, US, or Europe. Your best option is to befriend a Brazilian fan and do some swaps. These books are heavy. These omnibuses are about 1.3 kilos each, and the Spada book is about 900 grams each. So do the maths, they're quite expensive. Okay, let's review the Ray Moore book first. I'll just move these over here. I love the theme. I love the shiny color. I'm not sure if you can see the cover shine on the video, but it is absolutely amazing. Now, the spine I like. If I was to be picky, I would prefer it to say the years or volume 1, volume 3, or whatever like that. I know they might not be thinking this is going to be a long-term option, but I would like that to happen. Now, with the Ray Moore, as you can see, the production of the actual strips, which obviously this is a close-up, is quite poor in my opinion. Herms and Frew are actually releasing better qualities than what you were seeing here. This is a new book, 2022 model. I would have liked to seen them use those. Now, I know there's a translation issue where this is probably scanned from a Brazilian past comic, but if you want to do a good job, you need to do it properly. What's interesting is between the stories, i.e. this one here, page 160, page 161, there's no splash page, there's nothing to identify that this is a separate story. Maybe a brief intro on each story, or commentary, or even a cover from a past Brazilian comic could have been better to separate them a little bit. Now, in this book, it is just comics. There's no intros, there's no commentaries, there's no translated interviews. You've got a one page and that's it. I would have just liked to seen a little bit more for those nuffies that like that information. Overall, for $80, It's quite expensive for an Australian, 50 for a US, but it's a lovely book. It is a good book. It's big, hard, thick, but it does cost a little bit. Okay, so moving over to the Sybari. Again, has a shiny cover, as you can see there. I would like also with what Herms do. Now, a benefit, I actually prefer these covers than what Herms are doing. In my opinion, they've elevated what these strip collections are doing. Herms covers don't quite hit the mark. These ones are better in my opinion. Same issues with the spine. I would have liked to see in volume 2, 3, the years. What this book does do is it does have an intro by Lucio Cardosia, which is a bare minimum in my opinion. Every one of these books should have a bare minimum of this. All this information is found online, found on our website, found on the wiki. There's various interviews and stuff around. It shouldn't be that hard to be able to gather it and put it together. Again, these strips are edited, same as the Ray Moore ones, which, again, we should be able to do better than that. There's no breaks between stories, i.e. page 114 to 115. That's the slave market story. That's the start of the epidemic. Look, it's great. It's a great hardcover collection, but I think it could be a little bit better. Now, a challenge to someone like Frew, Mythos, Herms, and Egmont are now doing hardcover collections like this. In my challenge to Frew is it now needs to be you guys. All right, let's look at the last book. We'll just move that to the side, which is this one, which is the Spada collection. Now, this is 350 pages. It's not quite as thick. Let's do the thickness, as you can see there. The Sybari is 554 pages. The Ray Moore collection is 576. So it's about 50 pages shorter. The paper quality feels a little bit less in quality, but it's just as good, but it's in colour. And these are Spada stories. Now, there's 10 stories in here. Many have never been published outside Europe, so this is a big thing. As what they've done in this one is they've got the original cover, which is what Free do with their giant size, with their replica issues. It should be also, it's fairly standard. It gives you a bit of the idea. You can't really fault that. Now, these stories are done by Ferry, Senio Protizzi, Nanas Silvestrini, and there was another one in there as well, which I can't remember. But look, these are fairly well-known Spada French artists. Again, there is an introduction, which again needs to be standard, and it's done by Lucio Cardoso. Now, if you are a reader of the Phantom World magazine that Frew have published, you would have seen some of this art. You would have either not liked the stories because they're dated, or you would have fell in love with the art. Me, while the stories are pretty basic, I love the art. So this is why it was a must get for me. Now, for those who are interested, Ferry, who you will see here, he penciled many of Felmang's stories for Team Phantom. So if you like Felmang, you would like some of the work that he's done. Print quality is very good. Like I said, the paper quality is not probably as thick as the Sybari and Ray Moore omnibuses, but it's very good. Again, this is what I would like to see Frew release with their with the Phantom's World stories. This is top quality. All three of them are top quality. There's minor quibbles, like, you know, in between stories, the price point, I guess. But putting all that aside, these are probably 8 out of 10 books. There is a volume 2 coming out for the Fru Ray Moore story collection, which we have included the prices and where you can purchase that. I would guess that there will probably be a volume 2 of the Cybarry collection stories as well. Look, I hope you like these. Again, if you are a Mythos reader and you think you can do a better job reviewing these than what I can, and in a more timely manner, please contact us, chroniclechamber@gmail.com, or contact us via social media. We would love you to be able to review these comics and these collections for us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following us. And as always, happy phantoming.